Welcome everyone back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. We have one you all on the eastern front on the map Stalingrad. A map I don't really see that often. I tried to record one previously sent in, but it kept crashing. Let's hope it doesn't happen on this one, shall we? Let's go through the players. We have Valhalla as Ostdivision. We're seeing a lot of Ost. Okay, as Ostdivision in this eastern European city in ruins. To fight against the Soviet Union as artillery division. Oh god, we might see Penals. It should be fun. So the unique thing about artillery division is that it actually has a lot of interesting infantry utilities. But we're seeing a lot of conscripts being called in. And if you're playing as artillery, they can actually be armed with MP40s if you get to Veteran 2. A very fascinating little upgrade for them. I suppose just because it's a very freaking trophy of war, as the description says. Anyway, we have Eastern Europeans and Germans sent in to try and hold back the Russians as they push through the ruins of this city somewhere in Eastern Europe, probably somewhere in Russia, Western Russia. It's probably not Stalingrad itself due to the weapons available. Okay, he's laying a heavy cover. That's the thing you do as you can get as artillery after all. So he's making a heavy cover down here. Also triple conscript, pretty normal opening. Will allow the Russians to get a lot of territory. We see Osttruppen, Volksgrenadier, and Grenadier. Seems to be a very good opening for Valhalla, getting one of each unit and then utilizing them together with each of their specialities to get the best out of each. That is really good, actually. I highly like seeing stuff like that being done. And the Volksgrenadier is already taking point, opening fire with their with their Sturmgewehrs, which is unfortunately still only visual, but I understand why. It's for balance purposes. I actually really like them being armed with Sturmgewehrs. I think that really fits the assault role for them. But I know a lot of people have different opinions on that, and that's completely fine. Medics being called out early for the Russians, probably so they can get some healing done without having to take up. Conscripts are streaming all over the city though, getting all the territory taken for the Soviet Union. I think the Germans are gonna be working a little bit over time. Russians can be quite aggressive. Oh, Mthis is distracting, he's rushing up to throw a Molotov. But the Osttruppen are keeping the flank secure. But they failed to do so! But the Russians are calling a full retreat? Yeah, full retreat called.
A squad of infantry has been killed. Death before retreat.
And medics are setting up here probably to get ready to heal. Or conscripts being called. Sappers are around. Have they been laying mines? I don't see any mining.
Supply sector under attack.
So hard to see if people have laid mines. The Sappers, they get the Piat. That's an interesting one. Which they get via Lend-Lease. Very unique weapon to give your Sappers if you're playing as artillery. You're also seeing an early MG42 by looks of it. Now the Sappers going in. Looks like the Russians gonna be very aggressive in this game. Artillery can be very aggressive, and they can also get the KV-8s, which is an immensely powerful urban combat vehicle. Which is probably exactly what it was designed for, I believe.
Enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Oh, they're laying his medipacks. Very smart. We're seeing double Sapper. Okay. But the Germans are going to try and flank here. And oh, MG42 got some really good shots.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Those conscripts need to get out of there. But will they be able to? Yes, it looks like the Volksgrenadiers are going for the kill. Opening a fire here with their burst Sturmgewehrs. But the conscripts get out of there. Now, these Sappers might be in trouble. But they're going to get some good shots on those Volksgrenadiers. But they're gonna be in a crossfire now. And with that, they get out of that. Soviets are taking up for... They're skipping first tier entirely, which is a thing Soviets can do. Those Sappers not gonna get out, I think. Yeah, because these Osttruppen have been armed with PPSHs. So they are effectively killing a lot of the Russians at the moment. MG42 set up on the southern flank.
We can now establish forward headquarters.
Now the issue is... Flamethrowers cannot get any Frontaviki because he doesn't have the rifle command. That also means he's not going to get any of his unique infantry as artillery. He is going to get his officers though. And he could get penal troops. And penal troops are technically not as bad as people think. Well, they suck at combat, but that's not the point of them. They're good for capturing territory and they're good for suicide rushes. That's kind of the whole point. They can get close and really overwhelm your enemy. We're seeing a Maxim coming out. MT-42 waiting here in ambush. Waiting for the Russians to get up. Yep, and opening fire. Immediately culling down the Russians. This officer's gonna have to work overtime. The cover down here is not gonna be much worth if the Russians don't actually use it. But they are securing the northern flank now that the Germans have switched their focus to other parts of the map. Mortar coming in for the Germans. Soviets are claiming a lot more territory here. That's where penal unit I think would be great, because penal units actually capture faster. Which actually comes as a surprise. Oh! Flamethrowers. We're seeing flamethrowers been under the sappers. This could be interesting. This is urban environments after all. So that those Volksgradius might be in for a surprise. If they're getting close. They are probably going to try and throw a grenade though. Yep. Grenade going out. Oh, it seems like it's bugged out. I see the flamethrower, he's probably going to try and throw... No, he's doing a bun flash here. Oh, and straight on them! That's a dead sapper squad. So very good job there from the Germans. You also seen the 25 Panzergrenadiers on the fields. Much better infantry. Now, a unique thing Rommeth could do is give this recruiting surplus upgrade you get as artillery, which means all your weapon teams get 3 extra men. And that is quite serious. That is a lot of extra troops. Also, the Ostrom have been armed with the flamethrower from the Russians, so that is a dangerous little thing. But I think the Russians are gonna be lacking in any ways to beat the Germans here.
Troops have been lost. What do you need? The enemy has taken our supply sector.
But it is suppressing. Those are the conscripts up north died.
Are capturing our supplies.
Very nice.
Engineers, we are losing territory.
I don't think the Russians can fight in this kind of condition. They're needing more. They need more specialized troops to deal with all this. As the PPSAs here will just mow down the conscripts if they get too close. As you can see. It's actually a really good upgrade.
Political officers are ready to deploy, Comrade Commander.
Yeah, they're just not getting any kills. Germans are well too entrenched yet. Russians are getting a half-track here. The one with the autocannon, so essentially it's an AA half-track, but it can be utilized as an anti-infantry weapon. It just has to have its rear facing the enemy. It's a pretty odd design in all honesty. It's an American one. And now he's going for the Special Rifle Command. He probably realizes he needs to get some proper infantry to deal with all this.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Now this thing needs to be turned around. It's a very clunky weapon in all honesty. But it's powerful. It's double 50 cals and an autocannon. I believe it's... How large millimeter is it? It doesn't say. That's a shame. Oh, M1A2 autocannon, but that doesn't tell me the millimeter. Regardless, it's a pretty potent weapon. If it can hit. That's gonna definitely be a threat to those Panzergrenadiers.
We now have access to additional battlefield options.
Oh, and he went out the wrong door. We have a 2-1 on the field. But it's being suppressed. And the 50 cals are tearing through it, and if the autocannon can hit it, will destroy it. But it had to reload. So that's very fortunate for the 2-1 right there. This thing has to be very cautious though. It couldn't easily be flanked, but meanwhile, some sappers tried to flank down south, but it didn't really work out. I was trying to attack the ground with it, but the building terrain is blocking the shots. Man is trying to take the northern point here. And now we're seeing elite penals. These are essentially, these are basically officers, I believe, who are disgraced, as it kind of says. So they're actually equipped a little bit better than you would realize. They were used to essentially do dangerous recon missions and assault jobs, but they were equipped properly to be able to do those jobs. Uh-oh. Don't think the flamethrower is going to get in range, yeah. You have to be very cautious of that, of that M15. But if it gets too close, it could get AT grenaded. They do have a pack here. And that's too late for the for light vehicle. Yeah, it's gone. Now we have the penal troops on the fields. Need to be equipped with something now. So I think they arrive with SVTs. Yep, they arrive with SVTs. Okay. It's not too bad. But he's getting a mortar instead, which is not bad. Needs something. And then Panzer F1 is already coming out for Valhalla. So that's a pretty potent start here. Soviets, I don't think, can really come back from this. We are seeing some telemines to stop further vehicles. They've been detected, so they're going to cancel that. They're throwing a Gebaldeladung in the way. Oh, the Russians are running straight into it! Yeah, that's dangerous. When they're pushing up, they're being ambushed. Scope stone gewehr, that's going to make them exceptionally lethal at medium to long range, I mean. At medium to close range. And the Soviets are not looking too hot. Can they make a comeback from this is the question. 221 is being kept with the machine gun. I guess they want them to get to veteran 22 to get the expert gunnery, which can really make that machine gun exceptionally lethal, by the way. Like, people think the auto cannon is deadly. Imagine, no, if you get the expert gunnery on it with the MG42, it shreds through infantry. Like, really damn fast. Oh, Russians doing a big push southwards here, but that where's the MG42? It's at the back there, okay. Oh, we have some grenadiers down with an LMG-42. That might not be enough to stop those penal troops. Oh, and they're running straight into it. That's bad. And that's a lot of hits on them. They'll need to just get out of there, in all honesty. They cannot stay. And he is indeed falling back. Russians are quickly pushing south to secure this point. But the MG42 is waiting. We also have the Panzer F1 present. Oh, he's waiting to spring the ambush. He's smart. Yeah, he's waiting to get around here. And the Russians have nothing here to stop it. And they're flanking. And that's going to be the death of all the Russian infantry, I think. Especially with that 221 right there. Yeah, that's the end of most of the Russian troops. And Romev calls the GG. This was a fairly short one, but I have another one. So, let me just... Oh, excuse me, that was the wrong button. I will see you all pretty shortly. And we're back. Hopefully that wasn't too abrupt of a cut. Anyway, we have another match with the same players. On a different map, on a checkpoint. Same factions. Let's go through them. Well, obviously have Valhallan, but he's not picked anything yet. We have Romev. He's not picked anything either. This time, Romev is going for a rifle command, so I guess he wants to go for Frontoviki instead. Which is not a bad choice. Frontoviki can be pretty competent, but he went for double sapper. Obviously just to secure some territory. But the Frontoviki will be able to fight a lot better. We have a commander choice from Valhallan. It's not Ust. It's Leichte. Okay. So we have a German light mechanized unit coming in here. And here we're seeing Frontoviki coming out. Fascinating. Should be a really interesting match, I hope. Not sure how long it will be, but we'll see. But I'm combining both into one video, so enjoy the 2-for-1. Grenadiers coming up as well. So Volksready and Grenadier, but now there's no Osthoben obviously to supplement. I wonder if we'll get something else, is the question. Frontoviki is coming onto the field here. Frontoviki are pretty combatant Soviet infantry. Can generally stand up to most other factions if utilized correctly. They're definitely much, much better than conscripts, that's for damn sure. You should not be afraid of Frontoviki being able to actually take the fight to the other faction. Here comes the Volksgrenadiers. We're seeing a Kubelwagen coming up to supplement, okay. Oh, we're seeing flanking shots coming here. And the Soviets can actually move up here to get good flanking shots on the Volksgrenadiers. That's not good. The Germans are going to have to fall back here. Too much rifle fire coming in. But meanwhile, the Grenadiers are securing the other flank. Kubelwagen coming up though. But that's a lot of rifles. But the Russians out in the open.
Taking infantry fire.
Oof, really good there with the Kubelwagen. Second Fonzoviki coming out. But Soviets are not securing the other flank yet. So the Germans have that advantage at the moment. Grenadiers are just mainly going around on capping duty. Must be an awful nice job compared to fighting the Russians. Kubelwagen is heading out again. Move back to deploy some medic packs. Really good utilization of the Kubelwagen. That's what I like to see. Tab's getting into the church though. That's going to give them a very good overwatch position. Lost its gunner, yeah. But it can move back to self-repair. Which is apparently free. Which makes it even more dubious when this costs 15. So, what's even the point of the ability if it's free to just do it? This is, again, my opinion. I think it's a little bit awkward, personally. Oh, we're seeing a Dushka? Okay, we're seeing a Russian 50 caliber machine gun coming up. That's a big stuff. Both could just be being close here, but despite it looks they are bursting down in the church, it's not actually doing a lot. Because they are still functioning technically like hard Yates. Oh, good job there, killing two Russian units there in succession. We also have some Patriot just called in with the Blitz here. Boskodier pushing up. And Fontoviki tries to get into the building here. I think yeah, Germans have noticed they're throwing a grenade in preemptively. Good grenade. Russians have to pull back here. They cannot hold all this. This is going to be a lot of firepower coming their way. And then a bomb flash afterwards. Oh god, he's pulling everything in that house.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
And still no commander choice here from Romov, I think. Yeah, nothing yet. So he's pretty much overrun these Soviets in very quick succession. Medic's out here. Looks like he's mowing down all the wounded Soviets. We're gonna make some war crimes just casually. As you do. And that 50 cal's not gonna do much out in the open. Yeah, it's slowly taking losses, but here comes the Russians. But Grenadiers on the flank here. Oh, a little bit of lag. Okay, a little bit awkward. Oh, maybe do we have a command choice? Nope. We are seeing a marksman rifle being called in though on the Soviets. We're also seeing a tank hunter called in. Probably a good idea to deal with that Kubelwagen. Won't stop a PTIS shot. The Soviets have not had the best start again.
Yes. The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Also, we have an MG42 in here, I think. Yeah, MG42 is in a very good overwatch position there. Already suppressing them. Those sappers have to move. Now this 50 cal set up to punch through these pioneers. Oh, and the Fonzovika completed it. Oh yeah, it's not looking good. And there's no way he can move into that because the MG42 is just able to overwatch the entire point.
Scout car has arrived.
We also have a command 261 coming out. Also, tank hunters cannot capture territory if you're wondering. So don't use them to try and capture territory, they can't. Water coming in for the Soviets. It's not looking too good here. Not looking good at all. Boskodier has now been armed with stolen Thompsons. Which they apparently don't get that many of, so I'm not sure why this is actually an upgrade, but I guess it's just to make them seem unique. But they didn't really have a way of getting a lot of ammunition for this kind of weapon. So it was a pretty rare sight, I'm pretty sure. and he's basically base locked the Soviets. Oh, and he has also laying Regal mines. And some S minefields there.
Guards troops ready for action.
More Fonseca coming out. Still no commander choice for the Soviets. But at this point, I'm not sure it's gonna matter that much because they've just lost so much already. Soviets are, however, known to be able to rebound a lot easier than other factions. But the 261 is definitely providing a cheaper version of the 221. Although not as good as... Actually, it also gets the expert gunnery. My bad! So it's technically just a better 221. Well, it doesn't get the armor upgrade, I think. You do have to be cautious with it. Oh, tankers might be able to get a shot here. Nope, but the Kugelwagen is there. And they got the Kugelwagen. That's one advantage for the Soviets there. But they need to secure that point or they're not going to be able to do anything. We also have a 221 coming behind it. Okay! So we're seeing... Oh, he cancelled the half-track. We're also getting a half-track behind it. But he's getting the 221, obviously. Pretty potent vehicle. Oh, he's using smoke. Very smart. That's what you want to do. Especially in this situation. Oh, he chose to pick the commander. He went... Ooh, motor. And he's getting Belarusian. Oh. Is he gonna do sneaky sneaks? Because I'm pretty sure Belarusians can sneak. Which means he could do a lot of cheeky things on one of the flanks. But you have to be very careful with it. Here comes the Panzer Grenadiers. They've been out with him before. You're still supposed to be in trouble. Oh, Fonseca getting some good shots though. Here comes the 261 to get the killing blow.
Target vehicle marking available. IL-2 available for reconnaissance.
He needs to realize he needs to figure out what he wants to do with these Belarusians. He's gonna get spotted if he keeps moving that way. And if he spots it, he reveals that he has them. Oh, 261 lost his damage to his engine. Lost its gunner. That tank gun is doing a lot of good job on it. He just trying to repair it, and his repair is pretty fast. Holy shit. That prepares a little bit, perhaps a little bit too... Oh, good shot. Critical. Now, the Belarusians are partisans. They are not frontline infantry. They will not last against trained troops in frontline combat. You also see some other Panzer Grenadiers called in the 90th. But this might have bought the Soviets a little bit of time. Especially destroying that 261. That's a pretty good one from that tank rifle. And now we're seeing the Udon being called in. Elite Soviet infantry available to Voda. Some consider them a little bit OP, but now that they've lost their ability to sneak, I think they're a little bit better. They're not as straight up lethal to everything. Now the Belarusians can sneak. Romanov just needs to utilize it. They can actually serve as pretty good recon that way. Or if you can get them behind enemy lines, they can do a lot of damage. Of course, this is a 1v1, so getting behind enemy lines is somewhat limited. They're gonna run into these Panzer Grenadiers, and these Panzer Grenadiers will cut through them. Like seriously, they're... And especially with a 2-1.
What do you need?
Good time with the mortar though. Is it trying to throw a grenade on them? It's not really triggering. Although I would not waste the Gebalterladung on partisans personally. Seems like it's a little bit of a waste. Of course, use your munitions how you feel like you should use them. Now they're done! Those are juicy target. And 261 is already going in, 221 is already going in for it. But I don't know, this Pansky is gonna get mowed down by them. Tank hunters need to get moving though. They need to stop that 221. Udon's been armed with the RPD. Late war Soviet heavy machine gun. Or light machine gun actually. Still used by a lot of people around the world today, I'm pretty sure. Oh, can I get a shot off? Yep, immobilizing the 2-2-1 is in big trouble. There we go. Very good job there from the Soviets, making a little bit of a comeback.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Also see a... looks like that's a SIS? Yeah, SIS. Forgot what it's called, SIS-free. Yeah, that's what it's called. Now, these guys might be in trouble. No, that's only a commander with 3 man. He's not going to be able to do that much. He has armor gewehr 43 still. But those Panzer Grenadiers, those can be the trouble. And they're coming around. Oh! The commander's in trouble though. But the Panzer tank hunter's going down there. Someone should probably pick up that AT rifle. Also the sappers going for it. Belarusians are slowly trying to resecure this cutoff point. MG42 opening fire. Will they capture the point though? And they will! Very smart, thanks to the smoke I imagine. Yep. Utilization of smoke. The Belarusians actually pushing up? Wow, okay. Is this like a German infantry there at the moment? But Belarusians will not fight against that MG42 for long. Once I start shredding them, they'll need to run. Also those Panzer Grenadiers. Ooh, the smoke is obscuring them, but once that smoke clears, those partisans are in trouble. Yep. Udon pulled back? They could still have captured the point. Well, I guess he needs the infantry at the front line or something. Okay, we're seeing another Udon. This is the Udon Engineer, which is only a 4-man squad, but... And they're also an interesting one that can be utilized... I think this one can still sneak. I'm pretty sure this one can still sneak. If not, that would not make a lot of sense for that 4-man team, because... Oh! We're seeing Italians. Oh my god, the Italians have been called in. That's a rare sight. Okay. So Italians on the field for the Germans to help deal with Russians. And yes, the engineers can still sneak. I am not stupid. My brain works. Oh. Ooh, that is a dangerous one. Going like about the Latin. Oh! They didn't even need to throw it. The German mortar killed everything. I don't think these 4 elite engineers are going to do much against Sturmgewehrs. Especially not with the Grenadiers nearby with an LMG-42. Yeah, there's no way the Russians will take that. Not while an MG-42 is covering it. At least they did decapture it, but that's not going to do a lot. Guessing a Valentine coming up. Udon can probably cut for these Italians, but they do have a mortar half-track for supports. Italians are only 4-man squads, and they are not the best, I believe. Only one of them is. These guys, the Nembo, I believe. These guys, Toscana, I believe, are poor training, so they are not really that good. They've been spotted though. So they need to open fire. Other Italians flanking. They're switching target. But they managed to get the impact grenade off. As Italian grenades are impact grenades, if you're wondering. Will the officer open fire? Oh, they got him! Udon did not get out of there. Not looking good there. Valentine pushing up. There is a lack of German AT equipment at the moment. But most German troops do have some kind of AT on them. Now I think the Italian troops do count as recon, so they might actually be able to spot the Udon. I'm not exactly what's going on. Panzer 4H coming up though. These guys do a Panzerfaust, so they can actually deal with it. Another Udon squad being prepared. Belarusians are going to try and hold out there, but I don't think Belarusians can last for that long against actual troops. Of course, the Italians I would not really call actual troops for a while. Depends on what they get sent up there to deal with them. Valentine heading southward, smart. There has been laid some legal mines around though. Plenty of them actually. So I think that Valentine might be about to go down. Ooh, that's really close. They do have a minesweeper, so it's been detected. No Panzerfaust. Hitting ray did not do anything. Both Squadiers are flanking. Trying to put one flash on it. Well, the Panzer Grenadiers are going to go Panzerfaust it. There we go, that's how you do it. Good combined arms right there. Yeah, I don't think the Russians could do much at this point. Yeah, this is over, I think. Germans have way too many troops on the ground at the moment. Another Panzer Voyage called in, and more Italians! No, these are the same Italians, I think. But none of them actually died. Yep, and he calls the GG. Well, that was 2 short 1v1s. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you on the next one, everyone. Bye-bye.